Welcome back. I've been gone for too long. Hello. Howdy. Thanks for clicking on that square. Hey you. What's up? Hi. I'm gonna be making this look for you, so let's just go ahead and you know, get started, and you'll watch me put my makeup on as I talk to a camera. Alright, here I am. This is my skin situation right now. The makeup that I'm going for today is pretty light coverage with spot concealing. So I take the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and my winter shade is 203, and it's a pretty good match. But recently the sun's been coming out here in Portland, and I've been going outside and tanning. So I just picked up shade 205, and it's way too dark for where I'm at now, but I put a little dollop of this in with a dollop of that, so I get my perfect shade. And sometimes I use a brush to blend it in, but I've been really liking using the sponge. And then when I still have some on my sponge, I'll kind of bring it down on my neck just to kind of blend it. Blend it down when I get the damn chain out, get the damn chain out. So I put a light layer of that on. So now what I like to do is take the Tarte Shape Tape. Because I'm liking to do a lot more light coverage, I go in with this really high coverage concealer to spot conceal, and I'll show you how little of it I actually put on. But so as you can see, you can really see my acne still. Like, you need such a little amount, especially with this concealer, but in general when covering. And then I like to use a little brush or just my beauty blender and so lightly dab it in. And then I don't normally like to put a lot of product on my nose if I don't have to, but I woke up the other day with all of these pimples on my nose. It was so weird. And just a little bit under my eyes. So the reason I like to wear the Pro Glow foundation is because it sits so beautifully on my skin, and then throughout the day I do get oily, but my foundation doesn't start breaking up and it doesn't start getting cakey or heavy. And I've been blessed to be able to have both oily and dry skin. I know, like, how is that even possible? But I make it possible. And I have so much acne and then flaky bits on my skin. So if I use a lot of foundations, it will emphasize that texture and the flakes, and it does not look cute. So that's why I'm still using the Pro Glow foundation, even though it's getting to the point where I should probably be going to something a little bit more dry because I get really oily throughout the day. But right now it just looks so good. So I just make sure to really powder my face, and then I'll blot throughout the day. I take my RCMA powder, dip my damp sponge in, make sure there's no creases under my eye, and like really press it in there. I don't bake, but I press it until the powder goes away. Over my eye, or right here where my glasses go, or sunglasses. Center of my forehead, and I won't bring up the powder till this crease line that I have right here because it emphasizes my crease line when I do that, and then really around my nose. And then I'll just kind of do my chin. Oops, I forgot that I got this to contour, and it's pretty orange to contour. Realistically, I would like something way more ashy, but I still kind of like it. I was supposed to do this before I put powder on, but I forgot. And I'm gonna start blending, but I'm gonna blend up. So I'm not gonna bring the contour down. I'm just gonna dust all this powder off and bring it on to the rest of my face. Now I'm gonna go into my bronzer. I'm gonna take this on a brush like this, and I'm just gonna kind of set that contour with the bronzer. I'm gonna take that also, just lightly contouring my nose, not to really contour my nose, but to add color to my nose, by my chin, under my lip. Now I'm just going back with my fluffy brush to more so bronze, and I bring it up on my cheeks where the sun would hit me. Now I'm gonna go in with my blush. In the summer, I like to use like this deep red shade to make it look like I got sunburned. Like this, and then I'll kind of go like this to rub it into the brush. Just pat, 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 pat. Grandma? Just kidding. My grandma's name is Pat. Bring it onto my chin, forehead, down my nose. And then I go in, and it's this pressed powder that has a really pretty sheen in it. And I put it all over my face. So now I'll go in to my highlighter with a brush. Cupid's bow in my cheeks. Then I will take my Morphe setting spray. Okay, I just took off my chapstick. What I like to do is take my favorite nude lipstick, but I will go and take the edges to kind of create a lip line, and I'll kind of overdraw just a tiny bit on my lips. You see how visible my freckle was before, and now how invisible it is. I will blot it off and kind of blur the edges, and then put my chapstick on top. And it creates this really wearable, super comfortable lip color. It just feels like I'm wearing my chapstick. Then I'm gonna put in some brow gel. I've had this for 2.5 years now, and it almost does nothing, but I mostly like this because it helps define these front hairs a little bit more. I will take some mascara. This is an old tube of Rimmel Lash Accelerator, and there's like almost nothing left. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit on so that you can see that I have eyelashes, so you can also see that I'm a girl. Not to make them any longer or fuller, just to make them black basically. As you can see, I have a pretty full brow anyways. I just kind of fill out my sparse spots. The Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I'll fill in this area because it's really sparse compared to the other one. And then I will go in and create my line. A few strokes on the top, add in that little arch. I love this eyebrow so much. No regrets. So this is the final look. Working on having good skin, bold brows, no eyes, and basically no lips. Bronzy skin too. I've been seeing this trend where people have no eye makeup on and they just put lashes on. It's basically like glowy skin and lashes. So I'm excited to see kind of like what it looks to have really big and bold lashes on with nothing else. I'm gonna start by just getting a black eyeshadow on a flat definer brush. Licky licky. So I'm just taking this, kind of pulling my eye top and really just getting it on the lash line. So here is this one eye. It was actually really easy to apply. It looks so not real. I think I'm just not used to having giant eyelashes on. I mean, fake eyelashes don't look real, but I'm gonna wait for the glue to dry, maybe try adding a little bit more mascara. So lashes ended up working out, depends on what you mean by working out. I got them on and they look pretty good. I could definitely work on my technique of getting them on a little bit better. There's a little bit of messy glue and whatnot, but for the most part, they look pretty good. I don't think I would ever go in public, at least where I'm at in my life right now. I don't think I could go in public like this. It's just like, for like wanting to look natural, it's just a little too much. I don't know. My opinions are always changing though. But I just added a little bit of my highlight to my inner corner to add a little bit more to my eyes. I felt like they looked a little bit incomplete, and a little bit more mascara on my bottom lashes. But this is the finished look, I guess. I think these lashes will be really fun though for when I put on a lot of eye makeup. I think they'll look really good because I do really like the lashes. Okay, well, this is it. Bye. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hello. Hey, how's it going, baby? Hello, welcome to my video.